Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Eve and I make videos a little bit about everything from K-pop to commentary to reactions to pop culture to drama to a ton of different things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So today's video, we're gonna talk about something pretty serious and something that has been brought to my attention, something that has been pissing me off since October. Okay? Since October, there's a habit that certain K-pop fans have been having that has been really pissing me off. So anyway, the purpose of today's video, I'm just baffled because today I literally wrote this today. I wrote this last night at like maybe 6 a.m. Literally wrote this script last night because it was pissing me off. Anyway, I'm baffled because I logged into Twitter/X to see this tweet right here. My mutual had posted, "What the fuck did I just wake up to?" And it's a quote retweet from an account called DBZ_protect, as in protecting the boys. They had sent funeral wreaths to the boys' company, the 100. Funeral wreaths to the boys. I did a little digging because I was like, what the, like, for what? For, like, what did they do? If you guys watched my last video, putting some respect on Juyun's name, today we're going to talk about each and every one of them, but also this nasty, ugly fucking habit because it's disgusting. And we're going to talk about that we're going to talk about that later. Oh my goodness. And when I say I'm fuming, it's an understatement because, like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. In the previous video, I talked briefly about how some K-Dobbies were angry and how it has gone as far as making Juyun, a member of the boys, share with fans that he lost confidence in himself. Hey, Editing Eve here. So after further investigation, it seems like these specific funeral wreaths were sent because of an internal conflict between KBS and SM Entertainment. And because of that, they are protesting against, they as in the 100 are protesting against KBS, aka they're in charge of a lot of the big music shows that these idols perform at when they have comebacks. And because of that, that affects the boys too, meaning that the boys probably aren't going to be performing on that. So these dobbies in specific are sending these in protest against that. But hey, my argument still stands. I don't think we should be sending funeral wreaths to people that are alive. And I think, if again, like, there was a person who said, if you have complaints against the company, send in your complaints. Don't send funeral wreaths. That just gives bad energy, you know? Because before, when it was used for a very horrible thing. All I'm saying is that this is a very ugly trend and we need to stop it. I'm sorry for spreading just a little bit of misinformation. However, actually, it's not misinformation because it's still annoying. It's still stupid that that's what people are mad at, too. Like, on top of this. Anyway, stand the boys and stop sending funeral wreaths to people. Bye. Tell me how sending funeral wreaths to the boys is protecting them. Quickly. I just can't wrap my head around it. Let me just say this once and for all. This whole sending funeral wreaths to get what we want whenever idols either have boundaries or have girlfriends is the ugliest thing that is, for some reason, a trend. Sending funeral wreaths to living, breathing people. This is not protecting them. This is disrespecting them. So, has it ever occurred to you that maybe there's reasons behind why there aren't many fan calls this comeback, or maybe there aren't many events this time? Are we forgetting that their comeback is coming up? And are we forgetting that it's on Sangyeon's enlistment date? You expect them to balance all of this on their backs until they snap? This really isn't funny, guys. It isn't cute. It's very ugly. Instead of sending funeral wreaths, if you have any complaints, maybe email the company. I don't know. Maybe email the company. Like, that sounds more reasonable to me. Anytime I had a problem with IST when they were still under that fuck ass company, I sent emails and maybe bully them on Twitter. The company, not the boys, because it's not their fault. I don't care what you do as long as you're not harming the idols themselves. This right here is emotionally damaging. But this isn't the first time that this type of thing has occurred in the K-pop world as of recently. This all stems from Hong Seung-han's situation back in October. And dare I say this is all SM Entertainment's fault? Stay with me. Stay with me. I said in a video back then, explaining Seung-han's situation. The link to that video is gonna be in my description. But I had said in that video how dangerous it is that SM is enabling this behavior because in the future this could happen to other idols. It has grown into a bigger problem because SM enabled it. Then I said that, okay? This is proof that that is what happened because not only this, they were trying to send them to Jungwon not that long ago because Jungwon allegedly was dating Winter when he wasn't. And what makes me so mad about that too is that SM actually did something that time when they were trying to send them to Winter too. But like, where was that? I love Winter, okay? I love her, and she didn't deserve that, but neither did Sungha. Let me ask the audience. Because SM Entertainment enabled that behavior, this is now going to make those types of people believe that they'll always get what they want if they are being hateful and masking it with protecting their faves. Babe, you're not protecting your faves, you're making them feel horrible. Sending hate is not protecting them. Sending hate is becoming the problem. You are the problem. Like, at this point, I don't blame them for not wanting to fucking talk to you. Although I believe maybe it's not that they don't want to talk to people. I think that's just how it is. But either way, I wouldn't want to talk to any of you either. Like, I still can't get over how horrible it was in Sunghan's situation because they had sent thousands of them for a boy who is very much alive, by the way, and the fact that he had to see them too, like that's seriously so emotionally damaging. I hope you guys know how fucked up that is, and that's not okay, and this shouldn't be behavior that we normalize. This should not be normalized. Had that happen to an idol and that person ended up offing themselves, what about that? Because what if had that happened to any other idol and they ended up offing themselves, all of a sudden you got blood on your hands. All of a sudden you're like, "Oh my god, someone died." Ugh. That's the only time you'll ever care, you sick fucks. We need to stop this behavior. This should not become a norm. We need to stop it because bullying artists for setting boundaries with fans is also an issue with Western artists, such as Chappell Roan. To explain it briefly, Chappell Roan took to TikTok a few months ago, like sometime last year. Sometime last year, she took to TikTok to say,
I need you to answer questions. Just answer my questions for a second. If you saw a random woman on the street, would you yell at her from the car window? Would you harass her in public? Would you go up to a random lady and say, "Can I get a photo with you?" And she's like, "No, what the fuck?" And then you get mad at this random lady? Would you be offended if she says no to your time because she has her own time? Would you stalk her family? Would you follow her around? Would you try to dissect her life and bully her online? This is a lady you don't know. And she doesn't know you at all. Would you assume that she's a good person? Assume she's a bad person? Would you assume everything you read about her online is true? I'm a random bitch. You're a random bitch. Just think about that for a second, okay?
and a lot of people were like, "Well, you're a celebrity. This comes with a job."
I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. I don't care that this crazy type of behavior comes along with the job, the career field I've chosen. That does not make it okay. That doesn't make it normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't want whatever the fuck you think you're supposed to be entitled to whenever you see a celebrity. I don't give a fuck if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's fucking weird. I'm allowed to say no to creepy behavior.
That shouldn't come with the job. That are we listening? Are we listening to what this is? Like, how would you feel if that were you? With these idols, we know how packed their schedules always are. So I can only imagine, like, maybe they have like 30 minutes to chill out, so they decide to go for a walk. all of a sudden 3 people stop them. This is the only time they have for themselves. But a lot of these idols really do think about other people more, like, before themselves, which is nice, but sometimes I wish that they're able to give a fuck about their own selves anyway. And like recently, I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Nicholas of Antime. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember seeing this tweet of someone taking a picture of like I think it was like their messaging service. I don't know. I think it's on Weverse that you can message them. I don't know. I frequent Weverse, but I don't use Weverse DM. Anyway, besides the point, he said something along the lines of asking people not to approach him in public when he's not on schedule and like to not ask for pictures because he's like uncomfortable with it. Which I remember thinking he shouldn't even have to say that. I feel like it should be common sense to respect people's space and respect their privacies. That is something that we need to do more in the K-pop industry because saying that the boys aren't like considering sasaengs as fans. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I wouldn't either. I don't consider them fans of the boys. I consider them haters. Why, you may ask? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I believe setting very fair boundaries with your fans slash audience is very important and should be done 1,000%. There shouldn't be any discourse saying that it's wrong to not want to interact with fans when they're taking a break. Um, like unless they do want to interact with fans on their free time, that's a whole different story. If they're able to, if they're comfortable with that, cool. But you can't just expect them all to. Um, I'm like thinking of also like recently here when I think didn't someone people were like following idols here too. I just feel like I just feel like you should respect their space and respect them in general. What I'm trying to say is that we should respect idols' boundaries. Remember that they're human, not robots, and that you don't own or control them. You guys spending money on them does not equal you owning them. They're not products, they're people. They are people. At the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, they're human just like the both of us. So if you're gonna sit here and try to treat them like anything but that, you're fucking sick. You're fucking sick and you're the worst type of person to ever walk this fucking earth. We should be caring more about their well-being instead of forcing them to do more than what they're actually doing. I've been a fan of the boys since like July of 2018. And since then, I can confidently say that the boys do more than enough for us, especially the KWs. Like KWs literally get everything. But we're again, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying in general, they're being greedy little bitches. And it's not all of them. It's not all of them. I've seen some KWs thinking that this is ridiculous too. Anyway, this is a whole new level of delusional man. I've said similar things in the previous video about Juyeon, so if you want to go watch that, go do that. And I don't want to really repeat myself, but come on, dudes, we gotta pack it up. We're not gonna keep doing this. This isn't cute. Moral of the story: stop sending funeral wreaths to living, breathing people. It's disgusting and so incredibly disrespectful. And honestly, it seems like an indirect death threat. Please, let's stop bullying the people we love because it isn't going to solve anything. If anything, it'll only make them want to distance themselves even further from us, the fans. They should be wanting to interact with us, not feeling like they have to. Don't you want the interactions to be genuine, by the way? Because me personally, I would only want to speak to an idol if they want to be spoken to. Even then, like if I were to see Juyeon on the street somewhere, bitch, I would run the other way, first of all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure he don't see me. Matter of fact, if he asks if I know him, I'm gonna say no. Like I just feel like, yeah, like I more than anything want to respect their boundaries. So I'm gonna end this video here. I know this one isn't too long, but let's discuss this further in the comments. So let me know what you guys think. And I feel like there's more I could have said, but it's not really coming to me right now. But nonetheless, I'll keep everyone updated if like anything progresses or So far, I do know that the company had knocked them over, knocked the funeral wreaths over, but they've been defending the boys since they have joined them, so that's why I'm applauding them. Anyway, so if you're seeing this, comment a B emoji, like bzz, B, yeah. Subscribe if you guys want updates and stuff because I will be doing those and talking about any topics that I come across. If you guys have any topics that I should be talking about, anything that I should be shining light on, let me know. I do want to make more videos like this in the future. So yeah, that is all, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.